Boo.
Hello.
Jacob's watching us with his face.
That's not how we start every episode.
But today, that's how we start because
Yes.
I'm still a bit litty.
From
Mart's son's baptism.
our cousin's second child's baptism.
Yeah.
We did get quite lit, didn't we?
I had to take a nap before we recorded this. I
Yeah.
knocked out.
Fair enough. Anyway, welcome to Hazel and Marion.
Welcome. We are on episode 17.
Are we?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow, we're nearly a grown 18-year-old.
I didn't know where you were going with that, but yes. What are we asking today?
We are asking AI, why do flat earthers exist?
Okay, so I'm on ChatGPT again.
Okay, and I'm asking Google Gemini.
All right, you go first as usual because I'm on ChatGPT. I'm a flat earther. No,
No, you're
I'm
not.
kidding.
No,
I'm
you're
not.
The Flat Earth Society is a modern group that promotes the idea that the Earth is flat, despite overwhelming scientific evidence to the contrary. There are several reasons why people might believe in a flat Earth, including distrust of authority. Some people are distrustful of institutions like NASA and scientific community and believe that they are part of a conspiracy to hide the truth about the Earth's shape. Misinterpretation of evidence. Some people may misinterpret scientific evidence or rely on anecdotal evidence that support their belief in a flat earth. Another one is religious beliefs. Desire for community is the final reason.
Oh.
And then it says the Flat Earth Society provides a sense of community for people who feel marginalized or isolated.
Oh, interesting. Actually, yeah, ChatGPT.
And then to end it,
Yeah.
it is important to note that the overwhelming majority of scientists agree that the Earth is round.
Well, I'm glad that Gemini also agrees and highlights that the Earth is round.
I don't think it agrees.
But it says it is important to know. So it's talking about the majority of people's views. So it kind of lines up with that.
I mean, this has given me more than what it usually does, so that's great,
That's good. ChatGPT has a whole essay.
as usual.
So one of the things they said was, as you said, mistrust of authority. Cognitive bias is another one.
Yeah.
So there's something called a Dunning-Kruger effect, which is where some people overestimate their understanding of complex scientific principles, leading them to think they can debunk the science. Lack of scientific literacy, so some of them don't really understand it at all, and just make assumptions. And then you mentioned social community aspects, so that's one that ChatGPT says too. Distrust of complexity, so how the universe works is very complex, so flat earth theories appear to be simpler, more intuitive ideas, even if they're incorrect, according to ChatGPT. So that means ChatGPT is not a flat earther. And the last two reasons that they gave was having psychological needs, or believing in alternative theories gives someone like a sense of empowerment.
Oh, like the
control.
community one as
Yeah.
well.
And then influence of charismatic leaders. So like, I don't know who's a flat earther, because I'm not a flat earther, so I don't associate myself with them. But I guess someone like, maybe someone like Trump might say that the earth is flat.
I'm going to ask right now, Gemini, who are famous flat earthers? Oh.
Who? Do I know them?
Not really.
Okay, I'm glad.
BRB, the rapper.
Oh, is he? No way.
It says here the rapper has been a vocal.
Beautiful girls all over. Is that his song? With Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
Nothing on you, babe. That's what-
The rapper has a vocal proponent of the flat earth theory, even releasing a song about it.
Which one? I hope it's Nothing on You because I like that song.
Okay, and then Tila Tequila, which is like a reality TV star model and another high profile. It's not really. She's not high profile. And then again, I think you're right. Google Gemini is not a flat earther because it ends with, it's important to note that these individuals are a minority, and its overwhelming consensus among scientists and general public is that the Earth is round.
Interesting. Well, I just searched up what the song is that B.O.B. released, and apparently it's called Flatline, which I've never heard of.
Makes sense.
And he references his own observations, like how far he can see the horizon without detecting a curve. And like your eyesight needs to probably get checked. I mean, You probably can't see that far
Yeah,
anyway.
you can't see that far. You can't see the curve. I think you
Yeah.
can see it from up sky on a plane.
Yeah, you probably can, but
Yeah.
not in
But you
a
got to be on a plane to see
not
it.
in like a
Yeah.
sea level.
Yeah, and I don't even think you could see it from like a Tokyo tower, sorry,
No.
Tokyo Skytree
No,
level.
you need to be very
Like,
high up.
I don't even think you can see it from Burj Khalifa
No,
level.
no.
You gotta
So,
be like where the planes go.
yeah, almost breaking the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll go, oh, there's a round thing there.
They'll find a reason to say it's fake.
Do you know any flat earthers?
No, but
your
I do
personal life?
remember when I used to work in retail years ago, this guy, I don't believe he's actually a flat earther, but I think he just likes to stir the pot.
Mm.
So one of our Christmas parties, he just decides to tell everyone he's a flat earther, and it just set the whole party off. We were all very drunk and being like, what do you mean you're flat earther? And come from a science background. So I was just like, what the heck? Like, who have you been reading? Who are you following? Etc. But he was like getting off of it. Like, he was loving that
Oh.
everyone was like going against this. I think he was just stirring shit.
So you
But-
don't think he's actually?
No, I
believes
don't
in it?
actually think he's a flat earther.
Do you think?
Because
Do you think he's intelligent enough to know that the Earth is
I'd
round?
hope so.
And he's just like, oh, I'm gonna get some reactions
Yeah,
from people.
I'd hope so.
Or maybe just see if there are actually any flat earthers out there
Yeah.
at the event.
No, I don't think that was what he was. I think, yeah, just the reactions part.
Someone did that as well.
Really? Who?
Yeah, at a party. I don't know. Like it was ages ago.
Mm.
It was at my shared house.
Yeah.
And like,
Your party.
nah, it was my housemate's party. It
Yeah.
was one of my housemate's friends. I don't make friends with people like that. And out of the blue, he was just like, yeah, I'm a flat earther. And everyone like lost their marbles. It's like, how, what do you mean? And no one could like fathom that this person is a flat earther. But I think he had like a little smirk the whole time, which made me
he's
know
a shit
he's
stirrer.
not
He's
a
trying
flat
to
earther.
make his own entertainment.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, if you're a flat earther, please let us know and tell us why. Because I want to know who hypnotized you.
I don't think it's hypnotism.
Or what are you reading?
Well, the flat earth
Encyclopedia.
encyclopedia. But it's, I guess it gives people a sense of community, right?
I guess so. Kind of like horoscopes. Like if you believe in horoscopes. It gives
What is
you
that one again?
Astrology.
Astrology?
Yeah.
You believe in astrology?
I like reading it. I don't necessarily believe that my day is
Like planned out
No,
by the
it's-
stars?
yeah, I don't believe that Mercury is in retrograde, so right now Jacob and I will break up because that's what the Mercury retrograde.
Does it? Is it?
Yeah, it's like people break up or like communication's rough or some shit like that. So I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like to read to be like, oh, interesting. I'm an Aquarius. That means this and that, and I'll be like, that does. And I'll say that I'm aloof, and I'm like, I'm not really aloof though.
You kind of are.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Jacob,
No.
do you think I'm aloof?
See? Yeah, you
Jacob
are.
says yes. Really?
Yeah. I think
never-
when a person first meets you, they're like, she's aloof.
Really? I'm super charismatic.
No, it's got nothing to do with you being charismatic. Aloof just means like,
It says not friendly or forthcoming. I'm too friendly.
aloof. No, aloof. Cool. Yeah, but no. He says,
I am cool though.
yeah, you're cool and distant. I think that's what you are. Not
I'm
you're
not
friendly
friendly.
or forthcoming, but you're definitely cool and distant.
Yeah, that's true.
And for me, that's what aloof is, and you are that.
I guess so. That's true. I think it's more like I don't give much of myself to people.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I will
straight
ask
away.
a million questions about them.
Yeah, and when it comes back to you, like close.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh yeah, like
Sorry, close to business.
like one sentence. Anyway, back to you.
I don't believe in astrology.
Astrology.
I mean, I used to read it and it'd be fun because it's like, oh, how can I steer my life to match what's happening here? Especially when I was single.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
think
fun.
it's such a single thing.
It's a single person thing to do. Be like, will I meet my partner this month?
Yeah, or I feel like if there's something happening in your life, you start looking for a side of why that's happening. And astrology
Yeah, and
is one of
astrology is
them.
the one that will give you an answer.
And
of,
that's why everyone's always like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde. This is why I'm acting like a bitch. Or
but
like, that's
yeah.
literally
I
not
mean,
because of that.
sometimes people use astrology as a way to justify their actions.
Yeah, which is like not good. But yeah, it's fun to read. I definitely like reading about my own. What's that word? What's that thing that Desh did to you? Natal chart. When you have your like
the moon
sun,
chart?
moon, yeah.
Ah, yeah. I don't think did you read that for me?
She read that to you in the back of an Uber
Oh
on the way
yeah,
to a
on
party.
the way
Yeah.
to a party. Oh yeah, I remember that party.
So yeah, but I don't necessarily believe that my because I was born at a specific time and now it's gonna affect my day at this instance.
I mean, like, I don't read to the day, to the time. I know there's like, I remember there was like things up to like the time you were born. Like, if you were born between this time and this time, this is why
Yeah.
you were like this as a person. It's like, but I'm not like that.
I have the app CoStar on my phone. I wish I could use. I'm using my phone to record us right now. But I remember like when it used to give me notifications, it gave me the wackest notifications. It said something like, it was so cool 'cause I can't remember what it was, but it was just like run with your knees or something like that. And that was my like daily horoscope, and I was like, what?
Run with your
This wasn't
knees.
even when I was like marathon training.
Like, let's say you became friends with someone, and then down the track you found out, or let's say one of your friends now, you found out that
Okay.
they're a flat earther. What do you do?
Okay, no, I have friends that believe different things to me, and I'm still friends with them.
Like,
Like I have a friend who's a Jehovah's Witness. Your face. And she's a
Ew.
very religious Jehovah's Witness. But her and I are still friends, and I respect her beliefs. Obviously, we have if you actually have a conversation with her and ask her about it, she'll tell you, she'll educate you. And I'm open minded, but it doesn't mean I like to just talk about it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to convert into becoming a Jehovah's Witness. I still remember when we asked her, what is Jehovah's Witnessing? But yeah, so
okay, but hold on, that's a religion.
yeah.
So, whereas,
Well,
This-
I have people in my family that like Trump. So
really, in
Yeah.
this country, not in this
Not in
country,
this country,
not
no.
in this country.
no. But so I'm like it's
Oh.
different to me, but I mean yeah, I still talk to them.
Yeah, so you wouldn't cut someone out, but if they were to approach you, being like, "I'm a flat earther," you'd be like, "No, sorry."
If I'm already friends
you
with them,
judge?
I'd be like, "Oh, interesting take. Why?"
Okay, yeah.
And then I want to know why they think that way. Then I'd be like, "Okay, that's your belief, but that doesn't change how I believe." So
But then, if you weren't friends with them yet, would you just be like, "Oh, I don't think I want this energy in my life"?
if I didn't know anything else about them except for them being a flat earther, then yeah, I don't want to be friends with them.
That's interesting. I mean, I have friends that are in different religions. That's fine.
But what about flat earthers?
No, at least not that I know of, and they probably wouldn't say anything. They probably would be ashamed of it. I would be ashamed of it if I was a flat earther.
Then just stop being a flat earther if you're
Yeah.
ashamed of it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, oh, I'm ashamed to be gay, but you can't change that.
You can change not being a flat earther.
They choose not to.
That's ignorance on their belief.
But then I wouldn't know if they were flat earthers. But I think if it was like a friend of a long time, I wouldn't just be like, oh, no, that's the end of this friendship. I'd be like, hey, that's your opinion.
yeah,
But then I
exactly.
wouldn't really try having that conversation again with them.
Yeah, because I can't be
I
bothered.
just can't be bothered because it's like, that's just going to frustrate and waste my energy.
Yeah, I can't be
'Cause,
bothered.
Like, they will not change their mind
Yeah.
unless they are like thrown into outer space. to,
And I'll be like, ha ha ha.
see
Told
it.
you so.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, no, I can't be
Anyway,
bothered.
yeah. As Hazel said, if you're a flat earther,
Just tell us.
Send her a message.
Tell
yeah,
me.
tell us.
But keep listening to us. I appreciate the support. But
5 stars.
but know that I am not a flat earther.
I have finally watched White Fever while you were away in Japan.
I think so we were talking about this just before we started the podcast. I think I finished the ending, but I don't remember the in between because I must have been
There's
doing
not
scrolling.
much. There's not
Yeah.
much. Like, it was 6 episodes.
Yeah, and that felt too long for
Um,
me.
And some of it I was like, oh, this is interesting. There was like that doll that came to life, which I thought was like
Oh, I don't remember that.
wild.
I do not remember that.
But the whole premise, you know the whole premise anyway, I'm not going to repeat
Yeah.
the premise. But it's like, because she's like into white men. In fact, no, not just white men.
Bears.
She was into bears.
Yeah.
And then I asked you if her dad was like a bear. And you said, no, not really. And then I watched it and I'm like, actually, her dad
Is
is.
he?
Yeah,
I thought
because
he was like a skinny white man.
No. He's got like a beard and he was like all hairy.
But was he like big? He wasn't big though.
He was still muscular-ish.
Ah,
Like,
but
he
I
wasn't
thought
like.
bears would be like big and cuddly looking men.
Yeah, they can be. Like, there's different sizes to it.
I didn't know that. There you go. A cub.
Well, the main focus of the show is kind of her being like, because she's adopted
Mm.
and she grew up in like regional
Yes.
Australia,
Yeah.
which was, I think, even harder
Yeah.
because it's regional Australia and like Asians don't grow up in regional stores. So
No.
she's got white parents. She looks like an Asian,
Yeah.
but she acts like a white person.
Yeah.
But she thinks she's a little bit like she doesn't recognize herself as non-Asian. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's like, well, I'm Asian
Yeah.
because I look it.
Yeah. I think that's where it ends.
Yeah, that's where it ends at the start, where she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm Asian because I look it. But then everyone around her and like her friends like, you're like not
Not,
into
no.
Asians. You're like the whitest person I know. Because
Yeah.
like what triggered this is her friend, her best friend, marries an Asian man.
Yeah, I remember that.
And her friend out of like when they were like arguing, it's like, you can never date an Asian.
Yes, I remember that.
And then that kind of triggered her to be like, no, I'm gonna date an Asian, which is like
prove you wrong.
very problematic in itself. Part of that is trying to hook up with Asians. She would always just imagine herself kissing like
A white man.
no. It was
Oh,
like
herself
kissing herself.
Self, yeah.
And that would be like, and she would end up like slapping them or something.
Yes, I remember those scenes. Okay. That's like internalized racism. Yeah.
Yeah. Which they kind of played really nicely.
Yeah.
But on her mission to like hook up, well, date an Asian man, it was like a journey for her. in a sense that like she was trying to get in touch with her culture again, being adopted. She had white parents,
Yeah.
but she's Korean
Yeah.
biologically.
Yeah.
And then for me, watching that, I actually kind of connected that, similar to how you connected to it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, and I actually realized I don't think I'm close to even my filo.
You're really not.
Side.
I'm closer than you are.
Yeah, which makes me feel really sad
Yeah.
because I think, much like her, I spent a lot of my childhood pushing it away.
Yeah, because we grew up in a white society.
Mm.
So you kind of feel ashamed of it. Like even when I was in high school, like there was like 5 Filipinos in my school, in my year level.
Yeah, and that's already plenty
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah.
Like now, I reckon there'd be so much more. But when I was in primary school, there'd be 3 Asians in the whole cohort.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't even necessarily be Filipino. They'd be like either Chinese
Yeah.
or Vietnamese.
Same with me. Yeah.
So it's not like you connect with them because you're all Asians. But I think everyone there was kind of like pushing their Asianness down to kind of fit in,
Did I mention this?
which is terrible.
Did I mention this in the last episode? When I first moved to Australia, on my first day, they gave me like 2 girls in my year level were like my angels to look after me, and they were just
Oh.
literally 2 Asian girls.
Oh,
in the
really?
year level.
Oh my God, no.
And one of them I'm
That's
still
wild.
kind of friends with to this day.
Oh, wow.
She's like a Filipino girl. The other one's a Cambodian girl, Cambodian Aussie.
What?
They both were born here, but it was just like, these are your like angels to look after you. And now they look
Was
back.
this, primary school?
Yeah, primary school. I looked back and I was like, but wait, there was only like 5 Asians in the year level. So 2 of the angels were like Asians. Yeah.
That's sick. But also, I think that's like people not knowing how to deal with
Yeah.
that. They knew you were from the Philippines.
Yeah.
right?
So I think they were a bit like worried I wouldn't like
Assimilate.
acclimatize.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, right? Part of that, her like pushing her Asian side away was because the people she surrounded herself with were like not cultural
Yeah.
to
And they don't
Asian things.
know.
So they started making fun of like the only Chinese person they saw and like linking it to this fucking ping pong thing. And I was like, this is actually really fucked.
But that's what happened.
But that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Like it's when we were talking about how people would like the kids would make fun of us because we brought rice
Yeah.
to school
Yeah.
as lunch instead of a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, this is like not normal here. And then we were made to feel like we were doing something wrong,
Yeah.
even though there was really nothing wrong to
No,
what we were
literally
doing.
nothing.
So growing up, I like from just trying not to not get attention from it, but try to fit in
Yeah.
with as much as I can. Again, I was like gay.
Yeah.
So gay
Asian.
Asian.
Yeah. A Gaysian.
Asian. Like it's kind of like, okay, what do you suppress?
Both.
Both.
Everything.
Everything, right? So then you just go, okay, I'm going to suppress all this.
Yeah.
But I think like I suppressed the Asian the Filipino side of me a lot more.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually make friends with a lot of Filipino people, and I avoided that. And I think I mentioned that earlier. I went to school with some of your like people you knew,
Yeah.
and like for a good few years I actually avoided interacting with them
Ah.
because I just was like, ooh, like I'm not.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Because I had youth group when I was a teenager, so that's probably why I was more in touch with my Filipino side.
Yes, and they were all like filler, weren't
Yeah,
they? Yeah,
and my parents always had like friends over.
friends. Yeah, I didn't have that, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. So I distanced myself from that, and then I just like grew up a banana.
Yeah,
That's not what we used to call ourselves, banana.
yeah,
Like, yellow on the
banana.
outside.
Like you and Mark were very bananas.
Yeah,
Mark's like a coconut.
because of his color.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like watching it and I was like, oh, actually, this is me.
Yeah.
Except, like, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to sleep with Asian men
No, you have an Asian
partner.
partner.
Yeah, he's not Filipino though.
Yeah. But going back to that, before Vincent, we were not into Asians.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I didn't really understood why.
This is why.
Yeah, this is why. And I was like, oh, I was surrounded by like white
Yeah.
men. So
yeah.
like, I thought this is what I thought was good looking.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, okay. Like, if you saw my Instagram For You page, it's just Asian men. Now
Interesting.
it is just like Japanese, Korean, Asian men. Not because I don't find white people attractive. I still do, some of them.
Yeah.
But I'm not just like, I'm decentralizing myself from the white man.
My white man sitting there.
That's okay. Well, how do I get closer to my Filipino side as well?
What do you think?
I don't know. That's the thing. It's like, well, if I go to the Philippines, does that actually make me closer to my Filipino side? Does visiting my home, and I think that's also why I haven't visited in a long time. People are like, oh, why you
That's
haven't
true.
visited the Philippines? First of all, I was born there, which is fine. That's
Yeah.
great. But I think now I'm like, oh, I really should visit because
I was the same as you until this year.
Yeah, I really should visit because I saw you visited and like you were fine.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened to you. I mean, you got to see our grandma, which was nice.
Yeah.
And I obviously want to see her.
Yeah.
But again, I was like distancing myself for it because everyone was like, why wouldn't you visit the Philippines? And my straight answer is, well, I was born there. Like I haven't visited any countries since
Yeah.
I moved.
I was the same until this year because the only time I went back was with my parents like 18 years ago.
Yeah.
But then like you just spend time with family over there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired of spending time with family. So I'm going to go travel everywhere else. And you're right, like all our relatives over there would always be like, why don't you come meet us? But I think a part of that is why.
Not in that voice.
No, I know, but it's in a different language usually.
Yeah.
But I think a part of why I didn't go back until this year was because I was like, oh, there's a part of me that was also suppressing like my side. That's the Filipino side too of like, they just want my money and they think I'm rich, but I'm not. And
Yeah. But I think like that was kind of because of how we grew up
yeah,
as well and what we saw around us
Yeah.
and how we interpreted that and thinking, oh, everyone just wants like everyone. Well,
money.
yeah. So I had this perception how family in the Philippines think that we are like loaded because we're in Australia, which is not true because
That's
it's
not
so
true.
expensive to live here.
Exactly.
But I don't know if what they think. That was just like a preconception that I have,
Yeah.
which maybe some of them think, oh wow, you live in Australia, you must have a really great life. And yes, we are
Yeah, we do.
privileged.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we're not like
Working.
rolling around in money. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Probably why I didn't go back to the Philippines until this year. The reason why I went back to the Philippines this year wasn't even to see family initially.
Was
It
just
was
to
like-
like,
It was because my friends got married.
oh yeah, that's
It was
true.
two birds, one stone.
Were you gonna go if they weren't getting married?
No.
No. See, that's the thing,
But
right?
now that I've been, I love it and I want to go back because I think it's just changed my whole perspective of traveling to the Philippines. Because before that, I was very like, oh, the Philippines.
Because we lived there, so our perception of it is like not as a holiday. It's
Yeah.
like going back
Home.
home.
But we only went back to Manila, whereas this time I left Manila
And
and
you
I
went
was
to
like, wow.
Palawan? Is it
yeah,
Palawan?
I
Yeah.
went to Palawan. I was like, wow, the Philippines is great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And
You
I'll-
forget about that. You
Yeah.
forget about the islands. You forget about why white people love to go there.
yeah, and I'm like, whoa, people are sleeping on the Philippines and they're too busy going to Bali, which is a good thing. Because
Yeah, I don't want the Philippines to be like Bali.
yeah, but yeah, so I feel like there is some internalized shaming from both of us.
But how do we fix that? I mean, I'm working my way I don't know. I think maybe
I'm
like
trying to be more open to Filipino things and tell my friends more about Filipino things.
stuff. Yeah, I've actually. You're right. Like I would tell my friends or people that I know, oh, there's like adobo or like
Food is a
like
big
food
one.
is how I kind of go. Oh, this is a way to introduce yourself to Filipino food. But then they'd ask me, oh, where would you go
Oh my god!
to
And
eat
then I'll be
Filipino
like,
food? And
in
I'm
the
like, I
suburbs.
don't know.
In the suburbs, where I go.
Sunshine.
Yeah, literally sunshine. Werribee. Like,
Don't go to the city.
but no, you're right because and even like so many people will be like, "What is Filipino food like?" And I don't know how to answer that because I'll be like, I don't know. Like, it's not because like you'd think like Viet food is very like fragrant and like healthy.
But ours is very
oily.
simple.
That's what I think about oily.
But that's also like based on quality of ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is actually, that when people go, oh, what's like, and this is a terrible thing, but like I say it, I used to say it, is when people go, what's Filipino food like? And I say, well, it's like third world Asian food.
No, that's really bad.
I know, it's terrible, right? And then they'd go, I don't know. But like explaining that to people who have never been is really hard, I think. Like when I say, oh, you could like, because I always tell them about barbecue, like you could get like
it's
chicken
quite it's fried.
chicken feet,
Yeah.
chicken intestines, liver, blood, all that stuff,
Yeah.
and they go like, that's full on, and I'm like, yeah, that's normal. Like it's not.
It's normal, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes good. Like you wouldn't think so,
Yeah.
but like we're not eating bugs.
No,
Yeah.
they're balut.
Oh, that's not even just Filipino.
No, but
That's
it's
actually
what it's-
Vietnamese people hold that as well.
Yeah,
don't
no,
they?
but we're mostly the famous for it. We're the most famous for it.
Yeah, I'll never get over the fact that they use that as a fear factor challenge.
They also did Hamish and Andy.
yeah,
eat
and
balut.
it's like I was like, I could win this.
No, literally me. I can't eat balut.
Really?
Yeah, but Jacob has eaten it.
He's more Filipino than you.
Yeah. I'm trying to. So yeah, because I think you're right. Food is a big one. So every time Jacob comes to my parents' house, my mom will always have food for him, and I'll be like, try this food and try that food and like eat this dessert. I try to. What else I do in the Philippines? I speak a lot of Tagalog, which is good practice.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna teach
So-
Rocky. Tagalog.
Well, my cats can understand Chan Chan.
Oh, that's true.
And Chan means like belly in Tagalog.
Yeah, I teach Vincent some Tagalog words.
Yeah.
Nothing he can repeat out loud.
Oh, well,
That
Jacob
likes to
knows like.
threaten me at family gatherings. I don't know what else to do. Like, I mean, I think I know I need to go back to the Philippines, and I want to do it for my 30th.
Well, you should, and I want to come with you. When I was in the Philippines, because I haven't been to Manila since I was like 12, but if it's your hometown, you don't really go around, right? Same in like Melbourne. This is the museums and like the historical parts. So I went to like Jose Rizal's, like where he got shot and where he lived and stuff like that.
I
So
feel like we learned all that when we were young, but all that now is
yeah,
just
but we
forgotten
grew up
for
in
me.
Australia.
Yeah, so now I know what like.
Whereas like my parents,
Australian
yeah,
history.
like the poem or his letter, Jose Rizal's like the national hero, but the letter he wrote to the Spanish people, like
Yeah.
my parents had to memorize that for school, and they still know it now. So when we went around to the museum and there was like the letter, they were like reciting it.
Oh wow!
Because it's like part of the culture.
Yeah.
So I think that's like something I did when I was in the Philippines, is just learning about the history and the colonization. Something I learned was Spain actually sold the Philippines to America. So here I was, like when I was like growing up, I was like, oh, America saved the Philippines from like war and
No,
stuff
but
like that.
they didn't.
But they didn't. Spain actually sold it to them.
Yeah, they bought us essentially.
Yeah, they bought us. So we were always products of colonization, regardless of who owns us.
regardless. And then do you think America kind of just like sweep that under the rug
Yeah.
a little bit and changed?
'Cause
a
you
little bit of
don't-
history? Be like,
my-
oh, we saved you.
My parents didn't know about it.
Ah.
It wasn't until we went to like one of the museums in the Philippines and we were reading. My parents was like, "Oh, I didn't know this," and I'm like, "But they lived there for most of their life. They went to school there."
Yeah, but that's what we were
Yeah,
taught in school, is that
Yeah.
we were saved.
yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
So that's me trying to get to know my historical side of our family.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that when I go to the Philippines.
That's
'cause we would learn.
awesome.
In Korea, we went to like obviously.
There's
'cause-
not that many in Japan though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like that.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. Except for
Show them the
Hiroshima.
cute stuff.
Yeah,
Show them
Hiroshima
the cute stuff.
when they got bombed,
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, "Oh my god, tragedy! We got bombed."
Yeah, but why?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, in Korea they had it because they're like quite open with their history
Yeah,
with
they had it
Japan,
in the Philippines
America, like North Korea,
Yeah.
etc. So it was kind of like, especially like learning about how. Anyway, we'll get into it. But learning how they were basically shat on
Yeah,
by
no, same in the
Japan.
Philippines. It was a whole part in I was only in Manila, but there was like a whole section where when the war was ending in World War II, Americans found like hundreds of bodies under this like tunnel
Yeah,
from Japanese invasion.
like
But Filipinos were
just like were they there
killed.
trying? Oh,
But
okay.
there were like hundreds and thousands of bodies underneath, and it was such a small space as well. So it was really
Terrible.
interesting.
That's genocide.
Yeah, practically.
Yeah.
But
Again,
that's
show them the cute stuff. Show them the cute stuff.
Kawaii.
Yeah.
But there's lots of other parts in the Philippines I haven't been to that's also like historical significance, not just war, but also like Spanish.
Yeah,
things.
but also like the when we had like basically a dictator running the country.
Yeah, or something.
That was wild.
that
I read
too.
about that. And I was like,
His son's the
whoa.
president right now.
Yeah.
But also actually something I saw on TikTok today, they were talking about. It just came up on my TikTok about like the Vogue covers in America, and everyone in the comments were all like, "Vogue Philippines is like one of the best ones," and I was like, "Vogue Philippines." This just shows how disconnected I am. To
Yeah, I
like,
didn't. I mean,
but there was a cover.
every country has Vogue anyway.
Yeah, but there's a cover of Vogue Philippines where they had the oldest person on the cover.
Yes.
She is
The old lady with the tattoo.
tattoos. Yes, so she's a part of her tribe. She gives hand tattoos to people, and people travel to the Philippines to see her. But she made it on the Vogue Philippines cover, and it was like one of the best covers around. And everyone was like celebrating it.
Yeah, and her name is Apo Wang Od. Wang Od.
Yeah. And I think one of the latest issues of Vogue right now is talking about like Filipino hair and how it was styled in terms of like cultural. So something I learned is that back in like even probably in provinces, they would have like a silk cap or like a cap on it, and then weave their hair up the top and then put the basket on top.
Oh, to carry the basket, right? Yeah.
So I was like, wow, that's cool. But obviously, like, that's not something I learned. But now I see that's getting celebrated in like Western media, and you learn a little bit of that kind of stuff around it.
Yeah. Sometimes I question what Western media celebrates, though.
Absolutely. But also another way you can like learn about your culture is following people that are also learning about their culture and celebrating it. Bretman Rock.
Oh yeah, I follow
Love
him.
Bretman
Yeah,
Rock.
yeah, he's great. He's actually great at like
promoting
the
the Philippines,
and Hawaii.
Hawaii,
At the same time. Yeah.
Filipino food, Filipino culture, and he'll always be like, this is like what my people do.
Yes, it's educational. He
Yeah.
does it. Although very sassy, he does do it educational.
And and he's got a huge following of Westerners, so everyone
And
learns
I'm
from him
pretty
too.
sure he has a Vogue Philippines cover as well. I'm looking at it right now.
Does he actually?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It's all green and
wow.
it's called Free Spirit.
Good on you, Bretman Rock. You are an icon. He does have it. But I really like Bretman Rock, and I like how he talks about
The Philippines.
the Philippines.
Yeah, it's with a different light. But yeah, so much to do to kind of like.
Well, I'm glad
Come
you're on
back.
the step there,
Yeah, I mean, like
because
watching.
it was sad
going to
to
Asia.
disown that part of you.
Yeah, it is, but I didn't realize how bad I did it until I was like watching the show, and I was like, oh, I did what she did.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I didn't egg a Chinese restaurant or anything, but like, okay, I don't really want to interact with anyone Filipino.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut that bit out of me,
Yeah.
and just assimilate as much as I can. Which is like, as a child, you don't know that you're doing that, and that's terrible. And like,
Yeah.
if I had a kid, I would never get them to do that. But yes, I'm on my journey.
Yeah.
So let's see how I go. I think I'm gonna be visiting either end of next year or early 2026.
Yes, how
Is
exciting.
where, but I would like you to come because
Yeah.
then it would be like a nice journey for us.
So Jacob and I just got back from Japan, and it was my first time traveling with Jacob overseas. And also, right before we left for Japan, he just moved in with me.
Yeah, that was hectic that week.
He practically lived there anyway. He was there more days than he was at home, but he like full moved in, and then we like had to go to Japan.
Yeah.
We both learned some things after spending all this time together.
Yeah. And this
Um,
was your first time traveling together overseas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Some of the things I'll mention is also just like things that we did we learned at home.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're very fortunate in our house that we have 3 bathrooms, and
Yeah.
one of them is like my housemate's bathroom.
You're never gonna find another one like that.
No,
so
I will
you gotta
not.
just live your life.
Exactly. And I think when he first moved in, or even when he was just there, like hanging out in my spot, sometimes I'd be like showering and he's like, I need to poop or pee. And then I'd be like, go downstairs. Other times I'd be like, I need to shower now. And he's like taking a dump. And I'm like, oh my God. So
and he's like, just come in.
no, we
Oh,
don't.
it's like,
We don't.
oh, you
take
haven't
dump-
seen.
No. So now we've learned if we really need to go toilet, it's like a downstairs thing. But when we were in Japan, we've actually learned to manage the one bathroom situation. However, whenever we had conflicts, it would always be like, Jacob, 2 bathrooms. We need 2 bathrooms in our house.
Do you guys have different schedule for your bowel movements?
I'm straight away when I have coffee. Jacob's is whenever he feels like it.
That's the same with Vincent. I'm straight away in the morning when
Yeah.
I wake up. So that's scheduled
That's-
in.
yeah, that's
locked
done.
in. Don't disturb it. And if you
Yeah.
disturb it, that's on you.
Well, his is just like anywhere we are. If he's got to go, he's got to go. Sometimes we're like out.
Nah,
And he'd be like, I got to go.
I'm not a public pooper. Never have. Never have been, never will be.
I only if I'm desperate.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if it's like crawling out.
So I had to give up so much of my wardrobe space clearly
Yeah.
because Jacob was moving in.
Yeah, but also you have another spare room
and I'm
downstairs.
so glad we did. However, I was like, I don't really want to move all my stuff downstairs. So I've had to compromise and I've moved my dresses and my athletic wear downstairs
Yeah.
because thank God Jacob doesn't own a lot of stuff.
Not yet.
So no, not yet. But all his stuff downstairs are just like his work clothes and like my scrubs. So things that are like work related or like
Does that mean you guys get changed downstairs?
sometimes I do. And
So you guys have
sometimes
like a fitting room.
no, it's just yeah, practically
Yeah.
yeah. But then sometimes I'd be like, we'd both be like, wow, where is this? And we're like running up downstairs trying to
that's
figure out which
annoying.
side it.
Yeah,
It's so
That's
annoying.
annoying.
I hate that.
You need to declutter
No, we have, but it's just because
more. Do you still
No.
have things in your black Kmart boxes?
I always have things. It's how I organize things.
Yeah, but like you don't see it.
No, I do. I
you
know where
know
I know
exactly?
what's in them.
Oh, okay.
I have like a
How
box.
many of those boxes do you have?
Well, I have like 3 homeware boxes. I have like 4
Homeware about what's
like
wear to
trackies,
home?
t-shirts,
Okay, yeah,
like jumpers
yeah.
for home. And
Do you
then
need all that?
yeah, for homeware. But you asking me, Jacob has like so much more homeware than me.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like he has more homeware than going out
Oh my
clothes.
god, me and Vincent share 2 boxes.
But that's
of
because
homeware.
you're gay and you wear the same things. And because my friends Ryan and John are also gay and they also share clothes.
Okay, so does that mean we gay men just have less clothes? Maybe.
Yes, you would have less clothes because you technically have the same wardrobe.
Wait,
But
just on wardrobe space. Who has more shoes?
me. So I've
Is
even.
it warranted?
What do you mean? Yeah, I have one for every
Jacob,
occasion.
is it the amount of shoes that Hazel has? Is it warranted, or could some go?
I already gave so many away. So he's saying I have 4
Wild.
out of 5 shops. I gave like 12 pairs away to my mom. So
Okay.
that's a lot.
So you had 12 pairs
And
before you gave
plus
it away.
donating more.
Oh my god.
But bathroom space is the funniest one.
Yeah.
Because my
Oh,
bathroom is big.
Yeah.
And
you've got room. Your bathroom is designed for 2
Jacob's
people.
come in with his shaver and his deodorant and his toothbrush.
Yeah, like
And
a normal straight
He
man.
puts his shaver in like one of the compartments that I have for like my hair shit.
Oh, that's not allowed.
And I was like to him, I'm moving it into this drawer. And
Yeah.
in the drawer, it's like 3/4 of the drawer is mine. And then he's got like one section for a shaver. And that's all he gets.
Terrible.
But he uses my skincare. Yes, exactly. And now he's using my moisturizer. He uses my shampoo. So like really, my stuff is technically his stuff now too.
It is, but when are you going to use his his shaver?
Never. That's
So
why
he
he gets a
actually-
tiny spot.
He actually gets the good end of the stick.
Yeah,
honest,
I
yeah.
provide him I provide him
Yeah.
with furniture, appliances. He doesn't need to do any of that.
Oh, that's true.
He just comes over, brings his computer and his
clothes.
clothes and his like little toiletries that he has, and
Yeah.
that's his life. He's all set.
He's like he's a true straight man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was living alone, there would be no bed frame.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So yeah, and we've also learned how to like split the chores. Our biggest difference is I need to get the chores done straight away, and Jacob wants to chill.
Oh, that's me and Vincent.
Are you the chiller?
Yeah, I'm the
I'm
chiller.
100%
Yeah, I'm the
you're the chiller, and Vincent is the one that
Yeah.
needs to get
But
done.
Vincent's also the type to, when we're about to go and leave,
Start
he'll-
cleaning.
Yeah, he'll be like, no,
We
I
are
need,
one of the same,
yeah,
Vincent.
we need to do all this,
At
And like
least
he'll
you're
just
not
start doing
late.
it, and I'm like, well, sometimes we're late, and I'm like,
Because I'm late all the
what are
time.
you like? Why are we doing this now? He goes, yeah, because I don't want to do it when I
When I get home,
And I'm like,
exactly. Then I have to think about it when I get home.
and it's like, yeah, but like now I'm like ready to go. You know?
Well, I want to get the chores done straight away.
Yeah. Who does the laundry?
I'll chuck it in, or I'll ask him to chuck it in.
Chuck it
And
in the
then-
washing machine.
Yeah, but then we'll usually hang it together. But he's the one that
Oh,
usually
yeah.
takes it down.
Yeah. Me and Vincent hang it together
Yeah, but I hate
against
laundry.
my will.
I hate laundry. So
Oh yeah, me too. Oh
wow.
yeah, I hate laundry. If I could just throw clothes away
and get new
not
ones.
get new
Oh, so
ones,
good.
I would never do
I
laundry.
hate laundry
But
so
Vincent is like it's not that he loves laundry, he's just good at it. No, he is. He's really good at laundry. He's really good at changing bed sheets and all that stuff.
Oh,
so
that too.
I let him lead that part.
I've
of
asked
just
Jacob to change the
yeah.
bed sheets when I was at work, and I think the problem is I don't give him directions that are clear enough for him, and so I'll just be like, it's in the box, that box.
Yeah,
So,
but like which box?
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
So he.
Vincent would do the same to me. He's like, it's there. And I'm like, it's not there.
Yeah, I'll
But
be
like-
like, it's there.
He goes, no, it's there. And I'm like,
Where's there?
where's there?
But then like I think one time he changed the bed sheets, and I'd be like, I'll put the fitted sheet under, and I guess somehow Angie's bed sheet ended up in my box, and he put her bed sheet as the fitted
Fitted
sheet
Uh,
underneath our bed sheet, and I was
ah.
like, wait, no, that's not the right one. I
And
didn't know
then-
until I got
yeah.
home.
Oh, well.
Cookware very efficient. So
I'm not.
yeah,
Except
Vincent cleans after
yeah,
up after
no,
you.
No. Yeah, because I like to leave things.
Oh
the sink.
god, no, I can't handle
But
that.
Vincent's like, you need to clean as you go.
As you go.
And I'm like, no, you can clean as I go. I will cook a delicious meal.
Well, Jacob and I both clean as you go people.
Oh,
So that's how
well,
it
good for you.
works.
Yeah.
So we're very efficient where we cook.
Okay.
I leave my underwears that I've used in the shower
That's
until it's gone to the
terrible.
laundry.
Whoa. Okay, that's because you hate doing laundry, right?
Yes, but I'm also a girl.
Yeah.
So
Wait, what do you mean leave it in the shower?
Like
on the floor?
on the floor. But that's
Oh.
also because I'm a girl.
No,
and
what do you
so
mean?
When girls, because our fucking vaginas have high pH, so it like your underwears get like what do you call it? You get
Moist?
discharge or
Oh.
that kind of shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not putting this in the laundry basket
With
because I
all
need
the
to rinse
clothes.
it.
Oh,
And then then it's wet. So then I'm
okay.
like, I'll just leave it in the floor because it's gonna get wet in the shower. So then I'll wash it when I'm gonna do like laundry in a couple of days, and it all goes in there. But Jacob
When you
is
say leave it on the floor, do you mean like the shower floor?
the shower floor,
Not the
not
floor
the
outside.
bathroom floor, the shower floor in the
Oh,
corner.
that's interesting. Okay.
But like that's because
Poor
like
Jacob.
vaginas are a whole different thing.
Okay. We'll touch on
Um,
that at a different time.
Yeah, different time. But like you guys could just take your underwears off and just shove it in the basket because
Yeah, we don't have discharge.
You
or
don't have
pH level.
discharge. Yeah, unless you've like got shit
Shit on,
stains
yeah.
or cum stains in it.
Oh, yeah.
Piss stains. I don't know.
Like when you were living by yourself, did you sleep on a specific side of the bed?
No, I sleep on both sides of the bed.
Okay, now what is your
Now
side?
I force Jacob to alternate every night like I
What?
used
Are
to.
you sure? That's psychotic. So you guys don't actually have a specific side of the
No.
That's
I never had a specific side myself, and now
Yeah,
that he's come into
no.
my life, we don't have a specific side.
that's
Because if
nah.
I lie on the left side of my bed that night,
Mm.
I end up somehow sleeping a lot on the left side of my body.
Okay.
And if I lie on the right side of my bed, I end up sleeping on my right side of my body. So
And-
I need balance in my body.
No, you don't.
I don't want to.
That's
I don't want
crazy.
my
Just-
face to be squished on one side and my muscles on one side just to get.
Wow, you don't have a specific
No.
side to the bed. You swap every night. If you
Being
had to
clo-
choose a side, which side is it?
No, I don't have a
Are you
side.
closer to the door or further to the door?
If Jacob had to choose a side, he'd go further from the door, closer to
Okay.
the wall, because the
Ah.
mafia can't get him. That was what he used to say in Japan. But I would be
Okay.
like closer to the door because I need to pee.
Ah. Okay, wow, that's wild.
So no, I don't have a side in my bed, and I don't choose a side because I change every night, even when I was
That's
single.
psychotic behavior, for sure.
Because I have this huge as fuck bed.
Yeah,
And
I
I
know
need-
your
I
huge
need
bed. We
them-
carried it
I
upstairs.
know. We had a whole friends room
Yeah.
of pivot. So I want my mattress to be evenly Distributed.
Oh my
and my
God.
body to not be fucked up on one side and the other.
It won't be. Anyway.
Guys.
But yeah, can't wait for you guys to like see each other poo. Let me know when that happens.
Okay, we'll talk about it on podcast. Jacob's face is telling me that we're
It's
not
gonna
talking
happen.
about
It's
it.
gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's it for episode 17.
17.
Thanks for listening. If you have anything you want to share, like you're a flat earther, please DM us on Instagram at Hazel Marion.
Sure.
You can also
Can you DM on TikTok? Yes.
you can DM on TikTok
too.
as well. What else are we on? We're on YouTube.
Yeah, that just
Don't DM
like,
us on YouTube. I don't know if we check that.
I don't think you can DM on
Okay, but you can share our videos. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
do that. Reviews are always fun, so you can do
Yeah,
that.
5 stars only.
Yeah, if less.
If let's just turn it off.
No, don't. But like, yeah.
Or just be a silent listener and don't tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah, but it's just like 4 stars. Anyway,
Okay,
5
anyways.
stars only, or else Hazel will be
Become
like,
a flat
yeah,
earther. No.
Yeah. But yeah, you can do that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever we're at.
At Hazel and Marion.
Yes. Anyway, bye.
Bye. See you next week. Bye.